Welcome to the video titled Murray Card Activity and Planning for the Major Assignments in this course, specifically the Writing Assignment Design and the Inquiry Project. This video and activity is aimed to help you just start getting some ideas down. It's also going to connect to ways that you're thinking about the daybook and how you might use it for yourself or for your own or future classrooms. And so while I will guide you specifically through activities to help with our assignments for this class, you might also think about how you could use this in other ways. So what you see is the handout that I provided for you. You'll notice that the same content is in a 2-column format. I will frequently do this in order to create daybook size pages and handouts. However, when you print this out, you can just cut one side and glue that into your daybook if you choose to do so. So to give you an idea of what this might look like in the daybook, here's a sample with the Murray Card Activity handout in daybook small size, and then the colored cards. You do not have to use colored cards. In fact, this is colored paper. You can simply draw squares on your daybook page, or just go from the top to the bottom and label them blue card, pink card, or whatnot, and do the thinking in that section of the page. You can get fancy and use colored note cards or anything that you feel will just help you with this activity. But there's really no right or wrong, just as long as you're doing the thinking. The reason that obviously adapted from Donald Murray, the ideas are separated by colors is just to help you as a writer and thinker separate and kind of move through a process to hopefully generate and get topics and ideas for these particular assignments. So let's get started. So the blue card is meant to be your first card where you're going to get ideas down. So thinking about the writing assignment design or thinking about the inquiry project, you could go through each of these activities thinking of one assignment first and then the other. You can think about both of them at the same time. You can just think in general and see what comes up, and then see if any ideas specific to the assignments come out of that. So with the blue card, we're listing, and so by a list, we're using that rules of writing practice handout we looked at during the daybook workshop, and we're just getting as many ideas down as possible without trying to censor too much. So you're asked to list things, questions that you're wondering about writing and or the teaching of writing. I want you to take about 2 or 3 minutes. You could go a little less, you could go a little more, but you're just trying to get as many ideas down as possible. Ready? Go. Moving on to the pink card, you're now going to start to isolate and pull out one of those ideas or questions. And I like to write it at the top. So here's the one where I was exploring a specific idea from my blue card on my pink card. And what you're going to do there is picking one of those ideas or questions from the blue card and writing about why answering that question or exploring that topic or idea matters. Who cares? So what? What's the significance or importance of doing that? Again, take a few minutes and see what you come up with. Moving on to the green card. A lot of times when we enter big projects for assignments, we think, oh, I'm starting from ground zero, I don't know anything, but that's usually not true. So this green card is to help you learn a little bit about what you already know. And so I labeled that card as my no card. Hopefully you can see that. And I listed everything thinking of that same idea or question from the blue card, or you can choose another one at this point if you're not really feeling the first one that you chose from the blue card. And write down what you already know about the topic or question. If there are people you think of, if there are experiences or other ideas or things you've read, just anything that comes to mind that you feel connects to this idea or question that you're exploring. Write it down. Now the purple card. The purple card is aimed to start to give you some direction. So starting to think about that particular question you've been exploring. Again, you can start over at any point and come up with new ideas or questions and go through the activity. But sticking with the same one if you're at that point from the green or pink card. Write down where you might go to start to find some answers about this particular topic or question. Again, is there a person? Is there a particular source, a website, something from another class that you feel like you need to go to or would be a good place, a source, to start to begin to explore this idea? Write those ideas down. Now onto the yellow card, which in my daybook for this particular one I was calling and using the violet card. We're going to get a little creative, kind of like we did with the timeline for the writing autobiography, and you're asked to do something different with this thinking. So try to capture some aspect of these ideas or thinking about your question in a non-traditional list way than we've been doing. So you might tell a quick story about it, or write a poem, or create a dialogue between two important stakeholders that you know of already, or some other genre, like I did a drawing, to help present ideas and your thinking about your question. This can be real, this can be made up. Just go with it and see what comes about. As part of evidence of participating in this activity, after you are completed with it, I'd like you to go to our blog and come and create a new blog entry. You can call this Week 3 Murray Card Activity or something similar to that, and share with us some of the ideas that you're thinking about so far based on the activity. And these are ideas, possible topics, or directions for the writing assignment design and for the inquiry project. Please let me know if you have any questions, or post ideas or questions on the Google Plus community as well. In your blog post, there'll be instructions, but you don't need to take pictures of your daybook unless you just want to. You can just share out from the activity and the work that you did. Thanks.